what we do overall at science. This is true. Like there are different levels of debate, right? There's some kids who are going to they're going to debate for 4 years and they're going to do a lot of really cool things. There's some of you who are going to debate for a year, right? All of you are going to become leaders. All of you are going to become leaders. Debate is leadership training. It is training you for what you're going to be doing in the future. So this week we have some people lined up for you that are just amazing, right? And we have some people lined up for you who are going to, I think, were transformative to me. I'm going to give you a brief list of some of those people who are going to be working directly with you and for you this week. We have, and I will start with Chris Randall. Chris Randall was one of the best debaters that Rutgers Newark had. He was one of the top 5 debaters in the United States in a college level. He is an instructor all over the country in terms of debate institutes. He is probably one of the brightest people I have ever met when it comes to having almost an encyclopedic knowledge of academic debate, of Black people, rather, right? Of Black people and the histories. Like he will tell you about Black debate that goes back to the 30s. He will tell you about different philosophers from the 1800s, the 1900s. He has asking him questions. I was at a conference with him where he was presenting with PhDs, right? And he was looking great on the stuff that he was presenting. His research is thorough. He trains us to do research. He teaches us to do research. He is one of the best. We'll talk about him more later, but he'll be working with us this week. We have Temitope Ogundare. She was my team captain when she was a senior. She's brilliant. She learned how to do a lot of research from Chris Randall because it is passed along. She was a fighter. She's going to be coaching. She's going to be helping to coach you as well this week. She's been my assistant coach. She is a leader. She is also in demand. If you graduate from my program, you're going to be in demand. People are going to want to hire you from all over to teach their kids. And that's just going to happen, right? We have Crystal St. Clair. So yes, forgive me for that. Crystal St. Clair. And also, you also are going to have probably one of the best former debaters in the history of all of debate in college. He coaches for Rutgers now. He's not here today, but he'll be here all this week. His name is Elijah Smith. Elijah Smith is, he won 2 back-to-back national championships in the same league. And when he was in college, he beat Northwestern in the final round, in a classic final round that you'll see part of later this week. But again, these are kids like Elijah's from Newark. He went to University High School. He was literally in this room when he was a sophomore, junior, and senior, working with us. And as I said before, all of you make me better debaters. I learn a lot from Elijah Smith, right? A lot of the things that we happened in the last few years that have been successful have happened directly because of conversations with Elijah Smith. I would not have met Chris Randall had it not been for Elijah Smith, right? His inquiry into race when he was a kid, when he was 15 years old, and the arguments that he was pushing and running are things that ended up transforming our program at the school and ended up transforming a lot of debate across the country, right? And again, starts from here, from you. So as I tell you, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, some of the smartest people I've ever met in my life, I met here.
Wow.
Right? Like I met here. I've been around a lot of really, really smart people. I met them here, right? So Devin, I'm not surprised, right? Like I'm not like, oh my gosh, he's Devin's tech startup. I'm like, cool, because you're in a long tradition of people coming from this school, coming through debate, right? That end up doing stuff and end up being leaders. And like all of you are going to be leaders, right? So, and also we have David Asafu-Ujay, who's going to be here. David, he debated since he was 7th grade. David, great person, debated for me for 4 years. Debated in college. He was, I think, the 6th or 7th best team in the United States when he was a senior, and was highly respected across the United States. He's, again, a lot of our debaters, people after they graduate, people want to hire him because people from like predominantly on the national level, the more you debate, you're going to be debating people from the wealthiest public and private schools in the United States, right? And that's part of what you get. Now, we're going to do introductions of you a little bit after this, because I want to know who you are. You're going to introduce yourselves to each other. But before we do that, we're going to get started with the person who I deeply respect, right? Debate is about advocacy. Debate is about